Hello, everyone. Today, I wanted to talk about some very interesting research that has been done on multitasking. And it turns out that despite what we might think we're very clever and that we can do two or three or four things at one time. But despite what we may think, there's actually no physical ability that any human has to multitask. So you can use that next time if you're in some sort of argument with your partner about doing two things at once. So, what actually happens is that your brain has to change what it is concentrating on from one thing to the next thing. And the time it takes to make that change from the concentration to one thing to the next thing is what you count up as an inefficiency that occurs because you're trying to do two things, or dare I say, three things at the one time. The other thing that happens when you're trying to do two or three things at the one time, you never ever do those two or three things well. You might complete them adequately and you feel like that you are able to multitask and look at how efficient you are. But what ends up happening is, especially if it's to do with a conversation, it ends up that you're not actually present in that conversation, or you're not actually focused in that conversation, or you don't actually get the message that's being sent through in that conversation. So there are so many ways that we try to multitask in our life and in our world. So I've got a challenge for you today. Your challenge is to single task. Go back to work if you've had just a quick 5-minute break listening to the live stream. Jump back at your desk, and whatever the task is that you're trying to do, put your headphones on, turn your notifications off, and try to complete that task, start to finish, without doing anything else, without allowing yourself to be distracted by anyone else, without any of the notifications capturing your attention. Try to complete the task from one thing to the next thing until the task is done. Now, if your task is too big, you can chop your task up into 20-minute intervals. This is called the Pomodoro technique. So we want to be able to teach you a whole range of different techniques on our webinar that we're running, which is all about focus and concentration and attention. It's going to be on the 29th of June, and all the details are in the link below. You need to register to jump onto the webinar, or you might see us live at that time. It's at 7 p.m. on the 29th, and we would love you to come and be part of our ongoing conversation about well-being. These webinars are done in conjunction with Jenny Taylor and Garth and Suze Russell, and we would really encourage you to be part of it. You'll learn a few things that you can implement immediately. Hope you have a great day. Cheers.